McKenna here, and we're officially in the home stretch of the 2025 NRL season. Round 26 is upon us, and with final spots and top 4 positions still on the line, this is where the drama truly begins. Last week was an absolute cracker. We're going to dive deep into every single game this round, give you my accurate predictions and winning margins. You know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know your tips in the comments below. Let's get into it. All right, round 26. The season is on the line for so many teams. Let's start with the big one on Thursday night. Bulldogs versus Panthers. This is a tale of two teams in completely different headspaces. The Bulldogs are fighting for momentum heading into the finals. The Panthers? They're resting 16 of their top-tier players. Nathan Cleary gone. Most of their starting pack gone. They've decided to prioritize their premiership defense by giving their key players a rest. The Bulldogs, on the other hand, are at full strength and have a huge point to prove. This is an opportunity for them to make a massive statement. I'm backing the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs to win, and not by a little. I'm predicting a winning margin of 20+ points. There is an 85% chance they will cover that margin. This will be a clinic from the Dogs. Warriors versus Eels. The Warriors are clinging to 4th spot. A win here is crucial to secure a home final. The Eels are coming off a big win, but the Warriors at Go Media Stadium are a different beast. Their defense is one of the best in the comp. While Mitch Moses will be a handful, the Warriors' grind and structure should be too much. It will be a tight one, but I'm tipping the New Zealand Warriors to win by a 1 to 12 point margin. I'd give that a 70% chance of happening. Storm versus Roosters. The Storm are gunning for a top 2 finish. They're at AAMI Park, a fortress for them. The Roosters are bruised and battered, missing Sam Walker and carrying some heavy losses. This is a game where the Storm will show their class. With Munster and Pappenhausen orchestrating the attack, I'm predicting a comfortable win for the Melbourne Storm by a margin of 13+ points. That's an 80% chance right there. Raiders versus West Tigers. The Raiders are playing for the minor premiership. How good is that? They are the real deal, and that win last week will have them riding a huge wave of confidence. The Tigers, on the other hand, capitulated late against the Cowboys. I can't see them holding off the Green Machine. I'm tipping the Canberra Raiders to win by 13+ points, with a massive 90% chance of that margin being met. Dragons versus Sea Eagles. Manly's season is still alive, and after that performance against the Dolphins, you can't count them out. The Dragons are coming off a big loss and are looking vulnerable. Manly's attack is humming, and their finals momentum will be too much for the Dragons to handle. It will be closer than last week's game for Manly, but I'm tipping the Manly Sea Eagles to win by a 1 to 12 point margin with a 75% chance. Sharks versus Knights. The Sharks are coming off a bye and are fresh and ready to cement a top 4 spot. The Knights' defense has been leaky, and Cronulla will be keen to exploit that. Nico Hines will be in full control, and the Sharks pack will dominate. I'm going with the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks to win comfortably by a margin of 13+ points. I am 95% confident in that tip. This is a must-win for them, and they will show up. Broncos versus Cowboys. The Queensland Derby. The Broncos are playing their best footy of the season. They've been a force since the origin period. The Cowboys got a win last week, but have been inconsistent. The Broncos at home, with Reece Walsh in form, are almost unstoppable. I'm tipping the Brisbane Broncos to win by 13+ points. That's an 80% chance of happening. Dolphins versus Titans. The Dolphins are on life support after that big loss. Their finals dreams are hanging by a thread. The Titans, while having a tough season, have a history of playing well against the Dolphins. This is a classic spoiler game, and I think the Titans have the firepower to cause the upset. I'm tipping the Gold Coast Titans to win in a close one, by a margin of 1 to 12 points. I'd give that a 65% chance. And finally, the South Sydney Rabbitohs have the bye this week. They'll be watching on, hoping for a miracle to climb out of the bottom of the ladder. So there you have it, my tips and predictions for a massive round 26. Get your tips in now and let me know in the comments below which games you're most excited for. I'll be back next week to recap the final round of the regular season and get you ready for finals footy. Until then, stay safe, and I'll see you on the flip side. Cheers.
Moses under pressure, kicked that one out of the belly of the ball. It's a floater, they let it bounce. It bounces favourably for the Eels. There's the second kick. They're